welcome. For those coming to Venture Center for the first time, big welcome to you, and please feel free to come and talk to any of the Venture Center staff if you wish to know more about us. I will be sharing a brief introduction about us and what we do, but any more information we would be happy to provide. Those of you who are sitting at the back, I request you to move in front. We will be getting more people coming in during the course of the day, so it's better if some of you can move up front, and also the speakers don't have to strain themselves when they speak. So I would just like to briefly provide a context for this event. As many of you might be aware, because of all the publicity that you must have seen in the coming last few weeks, BIRAC is organizing a mega international congregation of biotechnology stakeholders called Global Bio India, which includes representation by international bodies, regulatory authorities, central and state ministries, SMEs, large industries, bioclusters, research institutes, investors, and entrepreneurs from the startup ecosystem. In our understanding, this is the first time an event at this scale is being organized, and we're very thankful to BIRAC for putting such a large event together. This intends to be a publicity or a roadshow to publicize what is going to happen in Global Bio India, which is set between 21st and 23rd of November. That's later this month. We have Miss Ginny Bansal from BIRAC, who has joined us here today, who will be telling us about what Global Bio India is, also providing a brief introduction to BIRAC and what they do. So I will not take too much time to talk about this event. As part of this roadshow, what we have done is we've kept it focused to a theme which is relevant to a lot of people in our ecosystem, which is not just getting your approvals for your diagnostics or your devices in India, but also taking these products outside of India. A lot of startups in our ecosystem are exploring markets which are outside of India, which could be Southeast Asia, it could be Europe, it could be the US or Latin America. And there have been a lot of changes in rules and regulations in these continents with respect to how devices and diagnostics are approved, much like what has happened over the last few years in India. So for today, we have two speakers. We have Mr. Lakshman Balajipalli and Dr. Anita Joshi, who will be talking about two very focused aspects or points about EU-related rules, because there have been a lot of changes in how the European Union is now going to allow approvals of devices and diagnostics, and also the MDSAP, which is like a one-point sort of authority test, you can say, or an entry into several markets. So it's like you get one type of regulations done, and then you will have access to multiple global markets. So these are fairly new. Some of them have not kicked in, some of them have, and the speakers would be telling you more about that. And we also have a third speaker who will be talking about a very important aspect which we don't hear much about, is entering overseas market from a sales and marketing perspective. So how to decide which markets you should enter, how you should build your networks in those markets, how would you decide what kind of sales and marketing strategies you would deploy, because it would differ from market to market. And also as a startup, you're always crunched for time and also finances, and you don't have the luxury to do this, you don't have luxury to go global, say in 7 countries at one time. So this is something that the third speaker would be providing perspective on. As it goes, I think I'll be introducing these speakers more in detail. Before that, I would just briefly like to tell you about us, Venture Center. So we are a 12-year-old science and technology business incubator. We were started as an initiative of the National Chemical Laboratory, which is a CSIR institution right here next door, with the intent of commercializing startups technologies coming out of laboratories from research organizations. However, we are not limited by that. We now have entrepreneurs coming from various segments, various fields of works in the science and engineering spaces who are here incubated with us, and who work on various aspects of science and other engineering technologies. So our key mission is to nucleate and nurture technology and knowledge-based enterprises for India by leveraging the scientific and engineering competencies of institutes in this region. As you know, Pune is very rich in the kind of educational institutions and research institutions that it has to offer. And our aim and goal is to build synergies between these places and hopefully try and create commercializable ventures from technologies that are coming out of these institutions. We focus on inventive enterprises where there is a possibility of what you're doing doing is novel. There is a patent potential in what you're doing. Spin-offs from R&D organizations, biotech, biomed, healthcare startups, social innovation and enterprises, energy and environment ventures, and material science-centric products. We are India's largest inventive enterprise incubator, and we are registered as a non-profit independent organization with a board of members. We are CRIDAL accredited for our processes, and we are open to all. We are sector agnostic, but our ecosystem is more tailored towards supporting science and engineering based startups. We are hosted by CSIR NCL and approved by NSTDB and BIRAC, recognized by DSIR and DIPP. We are also a charitable organization, and we are eligible to receive corporate social responsibility support. So we are the first incubator in the CSIR ecosystem. We have a BIRAC BioNest or a bio incubator here in our campus, and we also are home to a Nidhi Center of Excellence. So how do we stand out? Our edge is in the facilities and infrastructure that we provide for our entrepreneurs. We also provide a lot of early stage deep tech mentoring. A lot of the companies that we support are started or founded by highly qualified founders, and many of the startups are IP backed. More than 30% of startups have women founders. A variety of funding options are available, both in terms of funding options that we provide and funding options that we implement on behalf of various government bodies. We have various scientific facilities for prototyping, for doing all your POC related work, fabrication, etc. We have an IP facilitation center which helps entrepreneurs understand what IP is, how to file an IP, and even helps them with their filing. We are also more recently home to a regulatory information center, which is right now focused on providing advice around devices, diagnostics, and biopharma for approval for devices in these areas. We also organize a large number of events, much like this over the year. So just in the last year, we did more than 150 events, which was attended cumulatively by about 5,000 people. So this is a very integral part to our ecosystem, and not only helps entrepreneurs who are incubated here, but also to our much larger extended ecosystem family. So we have been accredited with several awards. We won the National Award for the Technology Business Incubator in 2015 from the President of India. We also won the Asian Business Incubation Award, which we shared with an incubation center in Taiwan in 2018. We also got a certificate of merit in 2019 from the president of ISGF. And more recently, just a few days ago, we were awarded the Best Incubation Center of the Year by the Ministry of Skill and Development. This is our board of directors, and it is chaired by Professor A.K. Nangia, who is the director of CSIR NCL. As I said, these are some of our offerings. We have all our offerings, pricings, and terms, everything is listed online. So please feel free to check our website and learn more. This is a glimpse of some of the resources and facilities that we offer. This is a glimpse of some of the events that we have done over the course of the year. Our incubating statistics are, we have about as of now, about 84 resident incubatees. We've supported around 125 resident companies to date. We've supported about 450 entrepreneurs over the period of time that we've been around, and this is through mentoring, advice, support, not necessarily people physically incubated here in Venture Center. Our largest incubatee has raised over 100 CR in investments. We have about 55 patent families till March 2018, all collectively filed by our incubating companies. Most founders have work experience in industry and tech development and come from reputed institutions. And about 90% of our beneficiary companies are still active, although many of them have graduated from our facility. So about 61% of our companies work in the healthcare space, 10% in the clean energy space, 11% in agro and industrial biotech, 10% in ICT, electronics and engineering, and 8% are others. We also have ecosystem partners who aid in legal company formation, etc., whom our incubatees use. This is just a snapshot of the various clusters that we have in Venture Center. We have biomed devices, implants, diagnostics, biopharma, agriculture, bio-IT, energy and environment, bioprocess engineering, and other ecosystem partners. As I said, we've also created spin-off companies, which means these are technologies that have come out of research labs in NCL. and other institutions, and now they have been taken forward in the form of a startup, and now they're pursuing those technologies, and they're incubated here in Venture Center. In terms of impact, in the last financial year, our incubating companies attracted a risk capital of about 65 crores, about 63% in equity and 34% in competitive grants and prizes. Our revenues of current incubatee is about 20 crores collectively, and they have provided over 500 jobs in the last financial year. As of August 2018, our founders, 45% have PhD degrees, 33% have MTech or MBA or equivalent degrees, 39% have science degrees, and 46% have engineering degrees. And we are aligned in terms of what we do to sustainable development goals, as well as to the national and other Government of India missions. And this is some of the achievements that our incubatees have achieved. They've been recognized at the regional, national, as well as international levels with several awards as well as funding opportunities. As I said, we are eligible to receive CSR support, and we currently have about 5 or 6 CSR partners, Bajaj being the most recent one. You can connect with us on social media, and you can also talk to us today. This is our contact information, and if you require anything else, we will be available to help you out today. So without further delay, I would like to introduce Ms. Ginny Bansal to tell us a little more about BIRAC and the Global Bio India. Ms. Ginny has 8 years experience in the field of health and communication. She has completed her bachelor's in journalism and mass communication and MA in mass communication from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. Prior to working with BIRAC, she was working as a communication assistant at National Health Portal, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Senior PR Executive at Varshal Technologies, Communication Coordinator, National Center for Promotion of Employment for Disabled People. Ginny.
I'm working as a communication consultant with BIRAC. I've recently started. I'm very new to biotechnology, maybe not as old as all of you are, but I'll give you a quick brief about Global Bio India. That's what basically I'm here for. So it is one of the biggest events that is being organized by the Government of India in association with Department of Biotechnology and BIRAC. So the event is one of its kind and is at par with Global Bio US and Bio Asia. And it's scheduled to happen in Delhi at Aerocity grounds from November 21 to 23rd. So very quickly, I'll say that, why do you think that, India is the chosen venue for this event? There are such big events happening across the globe, but India is now the chosen venue for this event because innovation is at the forefront of biotechnology and is crucial to solving problems faced by the mankind. And the startup sector has revolutionized in a lot of these coming years. The startup sector has really revolutionized, and India is in the midst of an innovation drive and is working towards transformation in the areas of biotechnology, science, as well as healthcare. India is now ranked at 52nd on the Global Innovation Index, and it has jumped from 5 places from 2018 and 29 places in the last 5 years. India is fast emerging as a biotechnology hub with the size of Indian bioeconomy at USD 35 billion. Indian biosector has observed a massive growth in agriculture and pharmaceutical industry and has emerged as world's largest vaccine producer, global scale insulin manufacturer, and the largest supplier of genetically modified cotton. DBT under Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India has created an enabling ecosystem for biotech enterprises. BIRAC is a not-for-profit public service undertaking under the aegis of Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. I'll brief you a little about BIRAC. BIRAC stands for Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council. The main motto of BIRAC is Ignite, Innovate and Incubate. Thus, we are taking a step ahead in revolutionizing the startup scene in our country. BIRAC envisions to nurture and foster the biotech innovation ecosystem in the country for affordable and accessible product development, addressing the needs of the largest section of the society. We are registered as a not-for-profit Section 8 PSU under the aegis of Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of Science and Technology. We are basically an interface agency to nurture and foster the biotech innovation ecosystem. The key strategies are focused on innovative research for affordable product development. So basic emphasis is not only on providing the funding support, but also hand-holding and mentoring at the same time. There are a lot of BIRAC supported the funding programs that are there, like BIG, SPARSH, SIB, SIBRI, and Sitare. I can, give a brief introduction about them also, and I'm here. So in any case, if anybody wants to know, I'll be happy to help about that. So a little about Global Bio India 2019. Biotechnology sector is recognized as the key driver for contributing to India's USD 5 trillion economy targeted by 2024. As India progresses on this transformational journey, Government of India is hosting one of its kind event called Global Bio India. It is one of the largest bio event which showcase opportunities in Indian biotechnology sector to the world. The Global Bio India Summit is hosted by Department of Biotechnology, as I told, and in association with the Ministry of Science and Technology, as well as the Government of India and BIRAC. It is a mega international congregation of biotechnology stakeholders, including international bodies, regulatory bodies, state and central ministries, SMEs, large industries, bioclusters, research institutes, investors, and the startup ecosystem. The foundation of the Global Bio India was laid by our visionary Dr. Renu Swaroop. She's the Secretary DBT. The curtain raiser of this event was unveiled at Prithvi Bhavan by Dr. Harshvardhan, Ministry of Science and Technology, on 24th of November. I'm sorry, on 24th of October. The event is scheduled for 21st to 23rd November. Another important question that comes is that why Global Bio India? Why do we need such kind of an event, here in India? Globally, 1 in every 3 children is vaccinated with an Indian manufactured vaccine. India is the world's largest provider of generic medicines. Indian drugs are exported to more than 200 countries in the world, with the US as the key market. India produces almost all high-end vaccines like hepatitis B and rotavirus. India is among the top 12 destinations for biotechnology in the world and 3rd largest biotech destination in Asia Pacific region. However, we occupy only 3% of the share in global biotechnology industry. Maybe that's the reason that, we need such a kind of event when the startup scene is at its best in our country. I'll just brief you about the highlights of Global Bio India. As an initiative to increase India's share globally, this event Bio India is being launched for the first time. It will have representatives from almost 30 plus countries. There will be 275 plus exhibitors, 3,500 plus delegates, 250 plus startups, business to business, business to government, government to government meetings. There will be media interactions, policy dialogues, bio partnering, CEO roundtables, global regulators meet, Investors Roundtable, State Connect Roundtable, Ministries and Departments Pavilion, Startup Biotechnology Grand Challenges Program, workshops and boot camps, and Startup Pavilion. Another thing is that there will be active participation in the conference from those who are involved in research and development of innovative healthcare, agricultural, industrial, and environmental biotechnology products. Who all should attend this program? Large industries, SMEs, startups, entrepreneurs, innovators, enterprises looking for business partners and distributors in India and other global markets, investors seeking opportunity to invest in biotechnology sector, international and domestic public officials, regulatory agencies, patenting offices, clinicians, bioengineers, translational research institutions, technology transfer offices, experts and mentors, international biotechnology industry associations. So anybody and everybody who's any which ways related to science, biotech is really welcome at this event. Why do you think you should participate? I think I've just centered my presentation on 5 W's and 1 H so that you get all your reasons that that why you should participate, why you should just attend this event. Global Bio India would open up immense opportunities such as showcase key biotechnological innovations, products, services, technologies from national and international companies, startups and research institutes, identify funding and collaboration opportunities for research and development, explore licensing opportunities, attracting major contract projects from international companies as well as major global venture funding into India, and facilitate interactions of research institutions within the industries. One of the major thing is that that this would be a chance of personal networking opportunity. There will be a gathering of almost 3,000 plus participants across the value chain of biotechnology. So it kind of brings an immense opportunity to strengthen the network for individual as well as organizational growth. Get hold of investors. Since Global Bio India would witness global investors in biotechnology sector, it is a chance not to be missed by budding or aspiring entrepreneurs and startups. Global presence. Global Bio India would be an ideal platform to meet representatives from 30 plus countries to establish international ties vital for the growth of any initiative. Branding among international players. Massive gathering of media would be there. C-level executives from biotechnology industries, investors including trade visitors, innovators, academicians, and government authorities offer a chance to set an exclusive and notable image of industry for promising growth. Enhancing product portfolio. Global Bio India would also bring an opportunity to meet on one-to-one basis with 250 plus startups and 100 plus biotechnology incubators from India and abroad, carrying wealth of leads to design new products. Bio partnering. This would be the first kind of event which would have bio partnering. By the means of bio partnering, we want to, lessen that gap that is there in the interaction of from the people from the industry or from the academicians or from any organization. For these kind of events, generally these happen abroad. Bio partnering doesn't really happen much frequently in India. So, so the basic step is that you can create your organization profile or your individual profile. You have to mark your availability that I would be present at this time in the event. Like for example, you are there at 22nd November at 10:30 a.m. So you can mark your availability, and you can search for the organizations that you want to meet with. For example, you want to meet anybody like a personal, academician or an organization, you can search for them and you can send the meeting request. And we at BIRAC, we would see that, that how we can foster that thing and make a meeting successful with that organization. And you can attend the meeting. So it is going to be a one-on-one communication between you and may it be the investor or may it be the, any organization that you are trying to reach out to. So it's going to be a one-on-one interaction on that basis. There is also, there is a book called Lab to Market. So these are it's basically a BIRAC publication. So where we focus on all the products that have come out in the recent times, that is from lab to market. And the first edition of this book was launched in March 2019 this year. And the second edition would be launched in Global Bio India 2019. And it would have all the 100 plus products and technologies that are deployed in the market. And the technology is launched. So we are also aiming at launching of 10 new products and technologies during this event. So I would request you all to register on Global Bio India website, that is www.globalbioindia.com. So you can register ASAP. And if you're a startup, it's very good that if you can register as soon as possible in order to get the preferred location for showcasing your products as well as your services. And nominations received from you would be considered to identify top 10 candidates who will be provided with a large visibility. So I think it's a chance not to be missed by the startups. So please register on the website. And that's all. At last, I would just like to conclude that, Global Bio India is a platform that is bringing multifaceted benefits for all stakeholders in life sciences, healthcare, industrial and biotech industry by not only offering opportunities for business growth, but also opening doors for bigger opportunities by having an open dialogue. So we at BIRAC are really committed to encourage and strengthen innovations to leave an imprint on the international biotech stage. And I'm pretty hopeful that if we keep continuing to take such actions, that we're not far away to carve the success story for biotechnology. So let's make all the efforts for making this an internationally recognized flagship event. Thank you very much. And in case if you have any queries, please drop us an email at info@globalbioindia.com. Thank you so much.